And I'm back with more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last episode, I noticed that my screen cap, the overlay border was going awry. I must have just pressed a button and made it kind of flip over. And it didn't look great, so I redid it, and it looks like this now. Which is fine, it still fits the color scheme, so let's go. Anyway, today's episode, we're going to interrogate Sal Manella and Cody Hackins in court. So let's do this thing. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Oh, even she looks unhappier. Phoenix. Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes. You know we're going into this utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something. Today. It's that or we lose. This isn't going to be easy. Also, yes, if you're wondering why it's Mia in court today, it's because Phoenix is practically fucked. So Maya is taking a back seat and letting the expert handle things. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of this court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence that they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that guy. Oh. I gotta do this voice again. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude could you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Raffle. Edgeworth is unfazed and unamused. Sal Manella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking his testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer that day did it. Right. Jeez. Yeah, that look on her face says she's not happy. I was at the studios from 9 o'clock that morning. Well, it was during the morning we were doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear everyone ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were at the meeting until 4. During that meeting, I'm pretty sure no one left the chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30. And according to your testimony, you were at a meeting. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh, God, this guy. So in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it? Must have been tough. Huh? Doesn't something seem odd about that? Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella. Huh? What you want, huh? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table. There were 2 plates. The same kind of plates in the employee area. Who ate lunch then? Good call. I was embarrassed I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, the assistant went through all the trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it? Well, we took a break that morning. I wolfed it down then. A mental image I'll carry with me to my grave. Wait a minute. They took a break in the meeting that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one bit. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story in our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, these scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left there during the whole meeting? You didn't take a single break. Well, yeah, not a single one. What's he sweating so much for? If only I had an idea. Wait a minute. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second! You just contradicted yourself! Did you just tell this court you took a T-bone steak during a break? Ruffle! Well... Mr. Manella, what's this about? Well, yeah, I guess I did take a little break. Great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio. Your Honor, I call on this witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony... Oh. Yeah, for what it's worth, we did take a break, Ruffle. But it's only 15! That's 13 base 12! Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder. Lol. It's just the time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright, so which one... First statement and third. Okay. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was around 2:30 or 2:35. Wait a minute. That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1. I guess it's possible. Oh. Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, this testimony to this point has made certain one fact. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer did? I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see at least you had some inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Miss Monkey's head barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They, therefore, have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we do indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. What? Who is this witness? My witness saw the very moment the steel samurai skewered the victim. I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess from which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in the trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear during your cross-examination. The people in that trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in the courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you're innocent, we'll prove it. I'll guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, aren't you? After all. Thank you. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade school of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with this cruel questioning. Nice to see he's taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box. Oh, right. Please bring him a box, one of those donut crates. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness? What? Just because you're a grown-up doesn't mean you could push me around? Yerf. Cody. Answer his question, okay? Oh, hey, it's you! It's a nice lady! I'm Cody Hackins in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is gonna be a long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were at Global Studios the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw. What, Pops? You want me to get you to tell Gramp with a beard over there? Just Mr. Edgeworth. I prefer bearded gentlemen. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in the courtroom. My apologies. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission. You say you had a bargain terms with a kid, and you lost? I just got this thing. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix. I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of that. Very well. Please testify to the court what you saw. I wanted to see Steel Samurai rehearsal just once, so I found a map on the internet and went to studios that day. I went through the woods, off that path that old lady wouldn't have caught me. And as I was going to the studio, I got kinda lost for about 30 minutes. When I came out of the studio, there was a Steel Samurai. It's totally rocked right before my eyes came out the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took it down. Pow! I had my camera with me. That would have been a time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get to the studio, so I went home. Very well. Defense may begin as cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you are talking to a child. This kid's tougher than most adults there. Okay. How does he get that top knot through his hat? Or does the top knot... I'm guessing the top knot comes with the hat. Cody, what you just said seems a little strange. Didn't you say before you always bring your camera with you wherever you go? You were quite clear on that. Ah! Cody, you shouldn't lie in here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. What is this digital camera? Oh. How do I explain it? Anyway, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studio. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecution attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody. What? Yeah, so I had my camera. You got a problem with that? So you did have the camera. And did you use it? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court why you were so busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! And then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules. Is that all? That was brief. Your cross-examination. Wait, huh? What do you mean, why? Why was the bad guy not moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How'd he do it? With a samurai kick and samurai punch! Chop and slap! Something like that. He's still being vague. Oh, dang it. My phone's being dumb. Alright. Because I was there for a second. Okay. Now don't give me that look! Cody? Huh? What? Something's bothering me. Before you said you couldn't take your eyes off it. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the important part. What's the meaning of this? The witness has stated he saw it quite clearly. You know as well as I do he's being vague. My point is, Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the killing blow. Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he must have missed something so vital? Well, that's the thing, Phoenix. I believe you're on the right track with this. Why didn't Cody claim to see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes. Why did Cody look away from the fight? Here's my proof. This doesn't prove anything. God damn it. I'll ask you the question again. Damn it. I know I'm supposed to use that somewhere. Present to Cody's camera, then... Oh, okay. I hate my phone sometimes. Here's my proof. The camera? The witness stated he recently received it. Yes. He wasn't familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Just like using my phone while I'm trying to record a fucking thing. Anyway... Why would Cody be looking somewhere else? It's because he was looking for his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Bullseye. What's your problem? You gotta think of picking on kids? Pressing, not picking. Cody was lying. Smart of you to realize there was no way you could just stand there and not take a picture. Cody, there was only one reason you would have looked away from that. And that was because you wanted to take a picture, right? But having just received the camera, you weren't used to using it. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Murph. Yeah. Well? I bet you he's hiding something more than that. Have him testify again. Man, Mia means business. The defense would like to request that he testify again. Could you please tell us about your camera and why you didn't take a picture? Welcome to the real world, kid. Yeah, you're right. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. but the lens wouldn't open, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Anything strange in that testimony? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed. Yeah. That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. You definitely would have taken it. There's gotta be something here I can use. Listen up. I know exactly what happened that day. You did take it! Bullseye. How'd you know? I see through all your lies, and it's one of my powers. This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you could change your testimony. Cody? What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never miss one. It's perfect. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious? If you did, I find it hard to believe you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. Don't you find it very strange? Among all of the pictures, none were taken of that day. Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect a picture of it. Exactly my point. What? Wait a minute! I think we finally discovered the truth. Are we sure about this? Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. So go on and tell them. Please explain to the court what's going on here. Why was there no picture? Why would the boy have erased the photo? I think of only one reason. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated him. No way! It's impossible! He never loses! He never loses to anyone ever! Witnesses revealed everything. There was a reason he lied. Same reason he erased his precious photos. It was inconceivable. However, he did witness the impossible. He saw him lose. Yet, to admit to everything would destroy everything he believed in. He couldn't handle... Oh god, really? You really doing that? Tell the court what you saw! Oh man. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down, and he didn't move. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to the witness's testimony, he was the one that fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently we've made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? If you understand what really happened, it's quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground. In other words, he was not the killer, but the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. So the Steel Samurai in the photograph, you're saying it was the victim? That's what I'm saying. Jack Hammer was present in an action scene run-through. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Powers' injury. But, wait a minute. Didn't Mr. Hammer go to Studio 1? That's what everyone thought. But remember when Miss Oldbag said in her testimony, "On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1. Did I see poor Hammer? Nope! He'd already gone to the studio by the time I got back." Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor did we have a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap, then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the costume. Why would he do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought the Steel Samurai was moving strangely. So it was a different person. Wait a minute! What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Yeah, a photo! What? Show us quickly! No, wait, man! Not if you're gonna look at me like that! Now! Here's the photo. Huh? Afraid it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion? I agree. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, but this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait a minute! Look at the photo once more. That's it. This photo is all the evidence you need. Your Honor, may I see the photo one more time? There's a glaring decisive inconsistency with the facts. Your Honor, look at this! I see a gate. Look at the number of the gate. The number? Oh yes, it's hard to see, but it's a 2? Clearly not a 1. I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible! What? What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shot along with the rest of this court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on the gate of the photo. This is the scene of the true crime. Here, at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate of the photo. I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. On that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path of the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony. He said that no one in the trailer was guilty because they could have not have gone to Studio 1. In actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. they were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime. The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jackhammer. For some reason, he had stolen a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness! Jackhammer's the victim! Why would he steal the samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did it to cover up details of his own murder? Well, or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim stole the costume. I do have proof. You do? This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found this on the table of the employee area. The same scene where Mr. Powers and Mr. Hammer ate. The label reads sleeping pills. Sleeping pills. The defendant spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a minute. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there's no proof that he used it. I have an idea. Oh, very well. I want this checked for fingerprints. If my claim is true, his fingerprints will show up on the bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well, we will take possession. This court will suspend proceedings for the current trial. Cody Hackins' testimony has revealed new possibilities. In fact, this may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did not have they did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright. Yes? Your homework is to find the answer to the following questions. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the costume? Who killed him, and why? Find those answers for me by tomorrow. Mr. Edgeworth, you will need to reconsider your stance on this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, this trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. Well, that was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home 3 times during that trial. Really? You both seem so confident. Maybe I should take a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Oh, dead? Of course we're kidding. You sure about that? I wasn't. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you we'll find the killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks! Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. That hurt my voice a little bit. I was running out of water. That is a lot of talking for 40 minutes. It's like a podcast or something. But yes, we have survived yet another day of trials. And now we're going to figure out what's going on in Studio 2. So I'll see you guys next time.